Alright, pilot number 1. So we're gonna look at what do men find attractive about you. And it's going to be a general reading. Obviously, I feel like we're going to speak about personality traits, but we're also gonna speak about physical appearances. My only fear in this reading is to not make this reading into like a sexual reading. So we will see what pops up here. I feel like for a lot of you here, pile number 1, to men, you are a very dreamy person. I honestly feel like a lot of men could be putting you on like a pedestal here, and you could be like the dream person or like the dream girl for a lot of men, both when it comes to your physical appearance but also when it comes to your personality trait. We're gonna pull one more card. I feel like a lot of you as well, you could be a person who's very like high vibrational. I feel like a lot of you could have like a very high perspective. And for others of you, I'm getting this energy as well of people and men. Sorry, I don't mean people, I mean men. They see you as somebody who has like a high purpose, a higher vision, a higher mindset. There's definitely something higher about you. And as I said, I feel like a lot of men are putting you on a pedestal. And they find that to be very attractive because you could be a goal for a lot of men out there. It's interesting here, just looking at these images here. Can we see how this woman is like reaching out her hand and this man is like coming towards her? I feel like a lot of men are quite submissive here to you, pile number 2, and you make a lot of men submit to you and your energy. That's something that they find attractive. I feel like a lot of you as well, you do attract a lot of love offers. And you have a lot of love surrounding you. There's something about that men find to be attractive. You could have a very like romantic nature here about you. That's something that men find to be attractive. I am going to pull some more cards. But you're definitely like the dream girl for a lot of men here. Yeah, the Justice card. I feel like men look at you and they see you as somebody who's quite regal, and it shows on your appearance. I feel like a lot of you are somebody who naturally looks very good, and you naturally look very fertile here as well if you're a woman watching this. And I feel like that's something that men finds to be very attractive. You have this natural beauty. I feel like a lot of you, like when it comes to your face, you could have like a baby face. You could have a doll eye or like a doll face look-alike here as well. So big eyes, you know, luscious lips, very good nose, a very symmetric face, and overall is what I'm picking up on. I feel like a lot of you, when it comes to your body, you could have a very symmetrical body. So it doesn't matter if you are on the thicker side or a slimmer side, your whole figure is very symmetric, and I feel like that's something that men finds to be very attractive. I feel like as well, there's something about summertime here. I feel like a lot of men, they find you to be very like attractive and beautiful in like summer dresses and like in light colors is what I'm picking up on here. Could be also something here about your hair color and how it like complements you and your skin and your appearance. If some men have seen you out like in nature, men have noticed like how your skin is glowing, and that's something that they find to be very attractive. Not only because it's glowing, but it's like the glow in itself here, part number one, speaks a lot of volumes when it comes to other aspects in your life. So, you know, it shows that you are somebody who takes care of yourself. I feel like a lot of men as well, they could find you to be a very well balanced and a well-rounded person. But overall, I'm just picking up here on this energy of men putting you on a pedestal, you know, with the Justice card here as well. I mean, that's a person who is able to like call the shots if needed. I feel like men are looking up to you here in many scenarios. They see you as a very regal woman, if you're a woman watching this. A high maintenance woman as well. That's too many cards. I'm not sure if you see all of the cards, so I'm just gonna move them a little bit. I feel like a lot of you here, pilot number one, you have a lot of men like frustrated in love with you. You could have a lot of crushes, and I feel like you have a lot of men that is like thinking about you and romanticizing when it comes to you and fantasizing. A lot of men who are like imagining you being their end all be all type of person in their life. And to be honest, I feel like you could be the type of person who have a lot of admirers, but you could be up on our level where it's almost like maybe people don't dare, a lot of men maybe don't approach you because they feel like they wouldn't have anything to offer, really, is what I'm picking up on here. So I feel like you have a lot of men like frustrated because they do want to move towards you, but there's something like keeping them stuck. I feel like men find your whole body to be very physically attractive. And there's also something about your chest area. Men find your chest area to be like in the perfect size. The video got cut off, but I was speaking about like your chest area. I feel like men find your chest area to be like in the perfect size, but just like your overall appearance here is like in a perfect size here for a lot of men. They find you to have a very symmetrical appearance. And as I said, it's a very doll-like appearance. I feel like a lot of men, they could find you to be quite flirtatious, and that's something that they find attractive about you. Men love to flirt with you here, pile number one, I gotta say. And especially if it's very low-key and very like subtle and very like under the radar here. For some of you, I feel like you could be like the secret crush for a lot of men as well. Like when it comes to physically here, I feel like a lot of men find your size to be, like your overall size, to be very attractive. Because I feel like a lot of men are like sexually fantasizing of like carrying you. And just looking at your like size, a lot of men are like determining like whether they are able to do that or not. Something like that is what I'm getting here. I feel like men love when you wear clothes that show a little bit skin, especially when it comes to your upper area. So like if you wear like off shoulders kind of dresses or outfits, or like one shoulders, or some things or some outfits that has like an open back, I feel like that's something that men finds to be very attractive and very sexy on you. We're gonna pull some more cards. The Queen of Wands. I'm telling y'all, Queen of Wands keep showing up in my readings. So yeah, I feel like men find you to be like an ideal when it comes to your physical appearance. Everything about you is like perfect for men. Perfect boobs, perfect butt, perfect waist, like even perfect arms, perfect hair. I'm also getting here, y'all have this appearance here, pile number one, that makes people and men, sorry, I keep saying people, and I'm keep wondering like why. Maybe y'all are the type of person who like attracts the same gender as yourself and like the opposite gender, so that's why I keep saying people. Apply that to your situation. But the reading is about men, so obviously we're gonna focus on that. I feel like y'all have this type of appearance here that makes men want to change, and like you put them in like a different perspective. Whenever they see your appearance, I feel like automatically they are looking at like a goal that they are wanting to reach. So I feel like a lot of men are like becoming very self-conscious when they are around you, because automatically they are needing to think about like what they need to do or what they need to change or what they need to like enhance in order to get somebody like you, is what I'm picking up on. And as I said, I feel like y'all have this appearance as well and this personality that makes men become like naturally submissive towards you. And it's interesting because men usually are not like, the masculine energy is usually not the more submissive energy, but I feel like y'all have this kind of appearance here that makes men wanna submit here. Yeah, y'all could be somebody who are making like players think a little bit more serious about life, and like making players like non-committal people think about committal and commitments here. So that's interesting. I feel like a lot of you are like a very independent person, so that could make a lot of men like a little bit insecure on how to approach you, is what I'm picking up on. But they find your independence to be like attractive. The Sun. I feel like a lot of men are wanting to be like the lucky one, the one who gets you, the one you choose to like submit to and, you know, end up with. I feel like a lot of men are like fantasizing about that. If you have been intimate with men, a lot of men, they cherish that moment quite a lot. Like that's a memory that they will never forget here, is what I'm picking up on, pile number one. whenever they are around you and whenever they get to be like close to you, and for some of you even like whenever men are able to be like physical with you, I feel like they feel very completed as people, as a man. I just feel like a lot of men who have been with you feels very, very lucky here, pile number one. And like those who haven't been with you, they're thinking like the men who have been with you are very lucky, and like the if they were to be with you, they would be very lucky here as well. So yeah, I think I'm gonna finish off here, pile number one. I hope you enjoyed it. All right, so pile number two, we are going to look at what do men find attractive about you. And obviously we're gonna speak about physical appearances, but there might be some personality traits coming out in this reading as well, so take what resonates here. There's like too many cards. I'm not taking them, it's too many. I feel like for a lot of you here, pile number two, you could honestly be like hot-tempered. That's something that men find attractive about you. I saw a meme the other day on IG, and that shit was like hilarious. It was like a meme of like how a girlfriend reacts whenever you are basically trying to speak to her and she's like annoyed, and you're not trying to piss her off, but anything you say would piss her off. And it showed like how like a volcano and like a hurricane as well, and that shit was so fun. And I feel like a lot of you are given that energy. You are hot-tempered, and I feel like that's something that men find to be very attractive about you. I'm also picking up here on this energy of I mean, we have the trickster, so I feel like a lot of you could be a little bit sneaky. I don't know, I'm getting this like intelligent vibe here. I feel like men find you to be very like intelligent. You could be like very into like psychology, or you could be very well known in like behavioral topics and overall. And I feel like that's something that men finds to be attractive. Could also be something about the way you do something, and it could be related to your hands. You could be quite skilled at something here, pile number two. And I feel like if men have seen you do something here, they find you to be very attractive while doing it. But there's like a specific skill here. I don't know if it's like sexual or if it's not sexual, so I just want you guys to apply that to your situation. If it is sexual, I feel like men find you to be very skilled in a sexual matter. And if it's not sexual, I feel like men find you to be very skilled. There's something that you're very skilled at here. And I feel like for a lot of you, it's almost going to be like you are automatically going to know what I'm talking about here as well. Something else that I'm getting here is that, and this speaks more about like your personality here, pile number two. I feel like you have this magic ability here to make life seem a little bit more exciting, or like, yeah, that's exactly what I mean. I feel like when a lot of men are like around you, you have this effect on them where you give them a lot of energy, is what I'm picking up on. Honestly, I feel like some men actually look at you as somebody who's like a little bit magical, because you do have this ability here to, as I said, make things seem better or look at things in a more magical light, is what I'm getting. We're gonna pull some cards. I'm also picking up on here, pile number one, that for a lot of you, I feel like you have a physical appearance that has like a big effect on men. And it's interesting because I feel like most of you don't have to do a lot of stuff in order for men to like react on this appearance, or like this physical attributes and this physical attraction, is what I'm getting. There's something about you that is and something about your appearance, and we're going to pull some more cards on that, but there's something about your appearance here, pile number two, that makes men very charged up, is what I'm getting. We have the Eight of Cups. For some of you, I feel like you could be hard to get as well. So hard to reach. Maybe you're always like moving away or doing something else, or having your intention and attention on something else. And that's something that men find to be very attractive about you. It makes them want to hunt you a little bit here, is what I'm getting. But I'm also, you know, because we do have the Eight of Cups, which could be like a sneaky energy as well. Because the Eight of Cups speaks about somebody who is willing to sneak off during the nighttime while, you know, everybody is asleep. So I feel like there's something about you here, your personality trait, that makes a man a little bit like, I don't want to say question you, but you have this sneaky energy, and a lot of men find that to be very attractive about you here. Pile number two. I feel like whenever you are around men, pile number two, you are the one who is like in charge. You are the one who's like taking all of the shots and making all of the calls here, is what I'm getting. And I feel like that's something that like men find to be attractive, because you can like take a decision here that could like cause like a lot of effect here, is what I'm getting. There's something about that. Take what resonates. I feel like physically here, pile number two. If men have seen your stomach area, I feel like that's something that they find to be very attractive. You could have like a very well-shaped stomach, and I feel like a lot of men is very drawn to that area. For some of you, I feel like y'all could be quite physically like small, so y'all could be like quite short. And I feel like that's something that men find to be very attractive, and especially men who are like bigger and like taller. Because they feel like they could like dominate you, to be honest. And I'm not turning this reading into like a sexual reading, but that's something that the men find attractive about you. What I'm also getting here, pile number 2, there could be something here of honestly like stealing you from somebody. And if you don't resonate with that, it's this energy of like other men wanting to have you seen with them in front of other men. I don't know, take what resonates here. As I said, I'm not turning this into like a sexual thing. But we do have the Tower card. So I feel like for a lot of you, you do have a very, very potent energy. And whenever you enter some men's life, like you don't come in unnoticed. For some of you, honestly, because we do have the Tower card, which is like a very dramatic energy here. So like men could see you as somebody who they might want to do something inappropriate with. So like if some men are like married or like in a relationship, they might see you as somebody that they might want to, you know, cheat with or something like that. That's what I'm getting. I mean, we had the Three of Cups coming out here, so could be third party energy. I feel like a lot of men who already are like taken or like in a relationship could be like physically attracted to you, could fantasize about you. I don't know what you do here. Some of you could be like into I don't want to say like sex work, but you could do something like in that industry or something like that. And yeah, I felt like men find you to be very attractive because you have this power about you. Like your attractiveness has a very significant power on men. And it's this energy of, as I said in the beginning, you're untouchable, but you're still there. So it makes me just think like maybe you are posting a lot like online. Maybe men are able to see a lot of pictures of you, on you, something like that. Maybe you have an OF, I don't know. Apply this to your situation. Yeah, I feel like a lot of men like to look at you here, pile number 2. And I'm just getting this energy of men actually having access to look at you. So if you are somebody who is like quite open, and it doesn't have to be that dramatic that you have a OF or that you are like a sex worker or whatever. It could just be that, you know, you post some selfies on like IG or whatever, and I feel like a lot of men is looking at those pictures and they find your body to be very attractive. As I said, I feel like physically y'all could be like small and very, I don't want to say skinny, because I'm not getting like skinny, but I'm getting this, even if you are a skinnier person, you still have some shapes to you. You still have some thighs, some legs, some, you know, some chest, something like that. And I feel like men find it to be very attractive. And it could be something here as well. Whenever you are wearing heels, I feel like men find that to be attractive. If you are somebody who is quite physically like active, I feel like whenever you are in environments where you are physically active, and it doesn't have to be like at the gym or something, just where you do something with your body, I feel like a lot of men take their chance here to peek at you. is what I'm picking up on here. They think you have a great body. I feel like a lot of you as well have some skills here. When it comes to like communication, y'all could be a very flirty person, a very flirtatious person, and I feel like that's something that men find to be very attractive. Men like that they can flirt with you because you're a good time. Like they seem to have like a joy when they are around you. And it's this like it's not only joy, it's this scary energy here as well, where I don't know, there could be something forbidden here when it comes to you. So they get like a thrill whenever they are interacting with you or whatever, something like that. I feel like men, they find you to be very good at your, like at words, very good at communication. Alright, pile number 2, we're gonna pull just one more card to see here. I feel like a lot of you as well, you make like men work for it and work for you. So there's this energy here about you, like whoever wants to get to your heart and get to you actually needs to put in some effort here. And I feel like a lot of men could be quite aware of that, especially those who are like romantically interested in you. And I feel like that's something that they find attractive, that you're not easy to get. They need to put in some effort here. So yeah, pile number 2, I'm gonna finish off here. I hope you enjoyed it. Alright, so pile number 3, we are going to look at what do men find attractive about you. And we're gonna speak about your personality a bit, but also your physical appearance. So apply this to your situation and how it resonates. Alright, so pile number 3. The first message that I'm getting here, you could be like a loner. And if that resonates, I feel like that's something that men finds to be very attractive about you. They see you as somebody who is like not afraid to stand out from the crowd and not afraid to not like following the social norms here is what I'm getting, because there's something about you that is like very different compared to other people, and I feel like that's something that men finds to be very attractive about you. Could also be something here when it comes to you being outside. Maybe you are a person who likes to go on hikes and stuff like that. I feel like that's something that men finds to be attractive. I'm also picking up on this energy here that you could be somebody who travels a lot. You go to different places, you see a lot of stuff, and I feel like that's something that men, they like that. Maybe you've seen a lot of stuff. And you're always like curious about like the next thing or like the next adventure. I'm also getting this energy here of men could see you as somebody who is quite knowledgeable and somebody who likes to learn about different cultures and different aspects in life. And that's something that men finds to be attractive because it makes you such a knowledgeable person. I feel like men, they look at you and they see that you could be somebody who can be put in a lot of different like situations with a lot of different cultures, or a lot of different like environments, and you would be quite good in any environment due to your knowledge here, is what I'm getting. So what I'm also picking up on here is that men could find you to be quite dynamic as a person, and that's something that they find to be attractive. And I feel like a lot of you are quite like confident in being like a loner, or like walking your own journey. Maybe not like listening to a lot of people, following yourself and your like inner guidance. So there's this brave energy here about you as well that they find to be attractive. I'm also picking up on that men could honestly see you as somebody who could be like a good mediator. So if you have been in a situation where there has been some opposite like opinions or stuff like that, men have like witnessed you being able to like solve these issues or situations. I'm also getting this energy of somebody who's like very insightful here. So yeah, I feel like a lot of men find that to be attractive. We're gonna pull some more cards here. But you definitely stand out here. Pile number 3. You stand out from a crowd. In the way that you look, or the way that you dress, or the way that you think, or the way that you are, there's something about that, so apply that to your situation. The video got cut off. But I feel like for a lot of you, you could have like a physical appearance that really stands out in those environments that you tend to be in. So I feel like men automatically notice you, because everybody around you could have like appearances or personality traits that like blends into the wall, almost like wallflowers. But you are completely different here, and I feel like a lot of men automatically notice you based on like your physical appearance. And if it's not your physical appearance, it's the way you speak or the way you think, or it's something like that. But for a lot of you, it speaks about your physical appearance, because you can come from like a background that is like different compared to the people that you are around here, is what I'm getting. I'm not sure if you see the card, so I'm gonna put it there. I feel like men, something that they find attractive about you, and it's like we are going to speak about your physical appearance, but I am getting some messages here on like your personality. I feel like a lot of men are wanting to become like a rebel with you, because if you resonate with that, of being somewhat of a rebel in your society or whatever, I feel like a lot of men find it to be attractive. Like they can imagine themselves standing next to you and having like people look at them and judging, and you and this person or these people are just being authentically yourself. For some of you, I feel like a lot of men find this bold energy about you to be extremely attractive. Physically here speaking, there is something about your behind here that man finds to be very attractive. And there's also something here about your hair. I feel like a lot of you could have a very muscular body. Whether you are a female or a male watching this, I'm also picking up on here pile number 3. Some men, since you are this rebel, some men might want to tame you. And if you have let anybody or any man or any people like do that, those people find that to be very attractive, that you are letting them basically tame you. I don't know if that's like in a sexual matter or not, so apply that to your situation. But there could be some energy here of like men wanting to dominate you. We're gonna put some more cards. Men find you to be very unapologetically yourself. Maybe you dress in a way that is like, could be very surprising and very different compared to the people around you. Maybe the people around you could be like a little bit more conservative, and maybe you're more like sexually open as well. And I feel like that's something that men find to be attractive, that you dare to be like open about yourself. That's too many cards. We're not taking all of them. Alright, for the High Priestess. I feel like men finds your upper area to be very attractive, physically attractive. So whenever you wear clothes that is like a little bit revealing, maybe you have opened the bottoms, you know, so you show a little chest area, that's something that men finds to be very attractive. They find your breasts to be very touchable, and they look very pleasant, is what I'm getting. Something else that I'm picking up on here, if you have been intimate with men, some men find you to be very physically, you know, flexible, and that's something that they find to be very attractive. And once again, because we do have the High Priestess card, which is like the witches in this world, or like into like occult knowledge, but very, you know, knowledgeable people who have like secret knowledge, and also have this magical, you know, energy about them. I feel like a lot of men is very attracted to that, to your knowledge. Very knowledgeable. You make men very curious here, is what I'm picking up on. They want to know more about you, find out more. And the video got cut off. But as I was saying, I feel like for a lot of you, you could be somebody who like sits by yourself and who's very like comfortable in your own company. And I feel like that makes you very mysterious to men, and this mystery that like revolves around you is something that men finds to be very attractive. And also something here about the way that you dress. So I feel like a lot of you could wear like outfits that is like a little bit revealing but not too much. And I feel like a lot of men have very like vivid imaginations when it comes to you and like what you look like underneath. They fantasize about you having this very banging body, but I feel like honestly for some of you, some men haven't seen your body, so they don't know, but they just like fantasize about it, or they imagine that just based on like what they see, what they get to see, is what I'm picking up on. We're gonna pull some more cards. Knave of Pentacles. I feel like a lot of men it's like wanting to relax with you, having a good time with you. If you have been in like a more comfortable seating or environment with men, they find it to be attractive how you're able to like let loose and relax. Yeah, could be something here about like indulging in like drinks. If you have been drinking around men, I feel like that's something that they find to be attractive. But apply that to your situation. Overall, here I'm just getting this energy of men wanting to have you relaxed. They like how you are when you're relaxed. Once again, I'm not trying to make this whole reading into like a sexual thing, but obviously I am getting a lot of sexual messages here. I feel like a lot of men have some fantasizing about dominating you. Basically, having you on your knees is what I'm picking up on. I feel like if you are somebody who's like into public affection and stuff like that, that's something that men finds to be very attractive about you. How you are not afraid to show your love out in public and apply that to your situation, because for some of you it's going to be sexual and for others of you it doesn't have to be. Yeah, I feel like you are the type of person who like have a lot of people looking at you and a lot of people who are like judging you, and I feel like men see you as somebody who's like very unbothered about it. And that's something that's very like attractive, because it shows that you are somebody who has a lot of like confidence in yourself and not a codependent person at all. I'm not getting any codependent energy here whatsoever here, pile number 3. So this independence is something that men finds really attractive. Yeah, I'm getting this message here of men. If you let men to be in charge in your life, or if it's intimate moments, that's something that men finds to be very attractive. If you're somebody who is like into movement, maybe you do a lot of dancing or and stuff like that, men find that to be very attractive. If you're a dancer, or if you have seduced anybody by doing some kind of dance, that's something that men finds to be very attractive. They find you to be such a good dancer. I feel like overall y'all could be like a very sensual person, and I feel like a lot of men are like picking up on that energy and they like that. I'm just gonna pull one more card and then we're gonna finish off here. Yeah, I'm also getting this energy of like you could be somebody who do not have like men as your main focus in life, and it shows on the way that you act but also how you behave around men. And I feel like that's something that they find to be very attractive, because most people, or feminine energy, or females, or men as well, like people overall tend to be very codependent on other people, especially when it comes to love. So whenever they get to see like a person who's like not focused on love and doesn't make life based on like relationships and love situations, it attracts them. they find it to be very attractive about you. I feel like for a lot of people and for a lot of men, you are like an enigma, and you're something that is very like mysterious, but men want to get to know you, maybe have you as well in a very comfortable setting where they are able to like indulge a little bit with you, to see, to understand you more or get to know you more. As I was saying, different messages here, so apply this to your situation. I hope you enjoyed it.